Hi guys, Jeff with Extreme Carpet Cleaning here. I was just wanting to go over a few things about owning a business. We have YouTube channels and we all kind of get together on. There's people out here always talking about they want to start businesses. How do you have a business that's going to make it? 8 out of 10 businesses fail, and I always try to tell people this is key number one to being successful in business is having the money to start the business. Now, if you're broke and you don't have no money and you're just wanting to go and get a bunch of loans and try to start out, you're going to fail. I'm sorry, but it might not be what people want to hear. But when I started mine, the only thing I had to finance was the actual van itself, and I actually got it probably 4 years old and 80,000 miles on it. And it's like, so I only financed like 11,000 bucks, and the other 28,000 I had of money that I started from, retirement. Ended up cashing out my 401k from another job. Got tax money back because for all these people who let's just say you work at Walmart, you got 3 kids, and you make 20,000 a year. These people get back like $10,000 on their taxes, and what do you think these people do with it? They go out on shopping sprees. It's like save that back for 2 or 3 years. You'd have 30,000 bucks to start a business. I don't care if it's a lawn service business. That'd give you enough money for the first year to live off of their 30,000 bucks. I mean, after buying machines and stuff. It's You don't want to start out a business with debt. That's just the first 2 years being in business, you're not going to make nothing. Every bit is going to go back into the business. I mean, it's sad to say, but my first year, I think I spent 3 grand more than I made. And got a phone call coming in out of area. Now I done lost my train of thought. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to start out with a bunch of debt because it's never going to be good. If I had to pay back a loan for 800 a month, I would have never lasted a year. I mean, I would have already been closed. And you have to have your family that's willing to help you out, because if I would have had to pay a secretary or a helper and all this stuff to help me go along, and my wife helped for a long time. She went out on the truck with me, keep me from having to pay for an assistant to come out with me. I mean, it saved me all types of money. And then, if I'm not in the office, she'd answer the phone for me. Plus, she works a full-time job, which helped, us support ourselves when I wasn't making no money. Because, like I said, I spent more than I made the first year. The second year, I think, is almost the same way, because everything, I was still trying to buy extra wands, extra chemicals. I started with the bare bones. I got what I needed to have to run the business. But you always want to have an extra, floor wand in case yours goes out in the middle of a job. You don't have to sit and spend 20, 30 minutes switching out friggin' triggers and stuff. So, I was piecing together more and more stuff. And even now, 60% of everything I make goes back into the business and expenses and advertising and everything. So people think you're going to be a millionaire starting a business. First few years, you're going to just be buying a boat and a car, and I hope to God that works out for you. But in the real world, if you got to start out with a bunch of loans and you're not just saving back money, never start with 30, 40, $80,000 in debt. That's why so many restaurants come and go. You know how much it would be to just get all the equipment for a restaurant? You'd have to borrow 100,000 bucks, and I don't know. It's just what happens if you don't get enough customers to pay all that back. They sink, and it doesn't work. So definitely have a wife that works full time. Definitely don't start with any kind of a bunch of loans, maybe for one little thing, if it's $250 a month or something that's reasonable, then that's okay to, finance the van. But I went and bought all my stuff with cash. I had to sell out a 401k that I should have kept, and I'm just now starting to save for retirement again. Took a long time to be able to do that. I've been in business, it's going on 11 years in March, and just now am I able to say, well, I'm glad I started this and making more money than I ever did before, which is just now the case. That for a long time, you gotta have family that's supporting you, and if you got a mom that can come in and be your secretary while you're out on the truck, or just as much help as you can get, it really makes all the difference, because eventually you'll get there. But don't start out with a bunch of debt. You're going to be the statistics of the 8 out of the 10 that fail. So if you're one of those that's working at a lawn service and you want to open your own and you're getting back $8,000 in taxes every year, save some of that back, man. You don't need TVs and all this garbage that you're going to go out and spend all that on. Save it back a few years. I know friends now that get back $10,000 on their taxes. What do you think they do with it? It's like, you're going to do something to create money, or are you just going to go out and get a new car or some kind of bull crap? It's like, you don't really want to own a business if that's what you're doing. Even now, I don't go out and buy new cars and stuff. That's just stupid. Save your money, invest your money, buy some rental properties with your money, have multiple incomes coming in, stock markets, buy some stocks, buy some rental properties. Use that money wisely, because TVs don't make you money. I mean, it's nice to have an 80-inch TV. I'd love to have one myself, but I don't. I put it in the stock markets. Put it in stuff that's going to make you money. That's what the difference of successful people compared to people who are always going to be working at a McDonald's or a Go-Mart or some place not making no money. So always, save back, try to open up your own business eventually, but don't just try to go and get a bunch of loans. You're going to fail. The first year, you're not going to make jack. Every business, if you're break even, consider yourself lucky. That's a good year on your first year. If you break even, then consider yourself lucky. But I'm Jeff with Extreme Carpet Cleaning. I was just wanting to put in a little 2 cents there on how to stay in business, and how to eventually start making good money. You can make it. You just don't want to start out with a bunch of debt. You're not going to make it. That's just my thought of the day. So thanks for watching.